right, all good. We can start.
As the NexGen Marketers Association, we believe the best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. So, guys, I think you all know about the Pathfinder 3.0 ad competition. And nowadays, we're spending on the awareness week of Path. Today is going to be very special for all of us because it's time for the digital advertising workshop for Pathfinder 3.0. So, guys, we are so lucky because this session will be conducted by the CEO of Maya Construction Private Limited, Mr. Sri Jayawardhanapura and Anand College. And I think we have not many words to elaborate on his academic career, both his academic and least Masters of Administration and postgraduate diploma in Marketing and Marketing Management at the University of Jayawardhanapura. And talking about his journey, not only as the CEO of My Construction Private Limited, but also as the co-founder and director e-learning.lk Private Limited and the director of InQ Private Limited. I know that. So I know, guys, you can't wait anymore to grab much knowledge from him. So I kindly hand over the session to Mr. Yumit Margoda, sir.
Thank you, Shadi. Shall I share my screen, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. You need to stop screen sharing. Shall I press continue? Okay, cool. Right. Hope you all can see my screen.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Superb. Right. So, good evening. Good afternoon, everyone. Pathfinder, I consider that as a privilege because this is the third year that we are escalating this. And for my workshop, I have put a title saying Finding a Superhero. I'll explain. Title itself has a meaning and why I wanted to start. This is my first workshop. I want to start it where getting the foundations right. Now, I'm coming from digital marketing background. We do digital 360 in terms of website development, mobile apps, digital marketing, SEO, you name it, we have it. Whatever stuff that's happening on digital, we have it in-house, right? Now, my workshop, there will be a series of workshops. So today, what matters the most, where you finding your superhero. Then I will tell you on my second workshop the content strategies and what are the content placements and what sort of content that you need to develop in order to do digital marketing. And the third workshop will be on digital marketing tactics. So that will be influencer marketing, how to do a proper boosting, how to utilize the public groups and how to get the public attention and what sort of videos are actually getting thrown on social media. So that will be on third workshop. And the fourth one, I have not put a title yet, but I'm keeping it as an agile workshop where whatever hurdles that we come across, just like we came across the pandemics, the full issues, all those stuff, whatever the stuff comes in on the workshop, even in marketing, we have a concept called agile marketing. So that's depending on the market conditions, we have to adapt, right? So the fourth workshop will be on that. So this is my lineup is, the first one is foundation, the second one is content strategies, the third one is the placement and advertising, and the fourth one will be HR. So that is how it goes, right? So let me go to my next slide. And even the fewer audience that I have on Zoom and workshop, I want to get this right. Even I told Jagat about this because every time we start a Pathfinder program, we do storming what is Pathfinder about, right? So what is Pathfinder? Anyone can answer me? Let's take like 10-20 seconds to answer because I'm running on a tight deadline as well. You guys can use the chat. I always use chats to do my communications as well. Right. Let me quickly go through. Pathfinder was the brainchild of Jagat Kulatilaka. founded the NexGen, and it was his idea. And to get NexGen marketing into next level and get that exposure and this market mileage, he founded the program called Pathfinder. Now, Pathfinder is all about addressing the current issues in terms of marketing angle, to give you the highest exposure that you can expect as a marketer, as an undergraduate marketer, into the industry and into the nation as well. So 0.01, we started at that time. We had a critical issue because after the pandemic, after COVID, we had Saran's attacks as well at that time. So all those time, our tourism industry was struggling a lot. Yeah, but we told the other industries, tourism will bounce back more faster than any other industries in the country. It has happened in other countries as well. So we saw this opportunity, and the first phase of Pathfinder was to promote. We were not expecting a high number of international markets. We are expecting the local people to go travel and get that stress out of them. So first one was based on that. The second one, some got closed, some people actually even went to the high extent of community suicides as well. So we knew as marketers, as a university, as a department, as a program, this is where I should focus on. So let's find few people who had the strength and who has the courage to keep their business alive in the pandemic times. That hence the title was given, Rising from the Ashes of Pandemic. So just like the Phoenix birds, these are the Phoenix birds of Ceylon. Those are the Phoenix birds of our nation who survived this rapid pandemic that we had, right? So this is that. Now we are coming into the third phase of Pathfinder. So all these years, mainly we were focusing in Sri Lanka as a nation and as a national exposure. But this year, this is our highest leap that we are going to make, and this is the highest opportunities that we are going to get. The version 3 is about, now we are under a economic crisis. In order to get out of this economic crisis, there are short-term. One of the short-term methods are like expanding our exports. That's the only way that we can bring either dollars, either euros, or any other foreign currencies where we are lacking highly. The deficit is very high on the foreign exchange. So we wanted to address this current issue. So that is professionals, anyone who has a common sense and brain to understand how to get out of this mess, this is where we should pitch on. So ladies and gentlemen, my dear students and all the academics who are present here, 3.0 is focusing on bouncing back Sri Lanka once again to the state that we had, getting a little bit better on our economics, right? Rather than just letting it go and just wait till something happens. So the 3.0 will be fully focused on giving Sri Lanka the foreign exposure that requires to push out our industries and our innovative process where we will get a foreign income. So I will tell you some examples in the bottom down the line. So this is where the Pathfinder is heading. So you are in phase 3, one of the most critical phases so far, one of the best phases that you can perform as to the max, right? All right. Okay. So why do we do this? So now people have a little bit of question, why should this is not kind of like a long documentary? This is an ad competition. That's why we call it ad festival. So you need to convey your message, convey your innovative products to the global or the local markets in a very short form, in a very short period of time. Saranga is here. Saranga and Jagatsa is more capable of handling the content development side of it. So they will teach you how to do that on their workshops. So in here, what you are trying to focus on, why you should do this. This is not just for the university. This is not just for the department teamwork. Now, you have been doing online lectures, and we have seen there's so much of like getting people together is really hard when you're doing something online, because you don't get that connectivity and the mingling part in online as physical. So we want to build the teamwork. And the second one is the decision making, because we want you to be the industry recognized. My university, I always say my university, that means UA. So I want you guys the best marketing professionals. That is why I'm teaching you. Even Jagatsa, all the other people, we want you guys to be the best in the industry. So we want to make industry-grade marketing professional. That is where the main decision makings comes in. So we have now each team will have now, rather than just doing a degree program, you will have a better leadership. And trust me on this, after 24 years on the industry, what I found out is who comes at topper rankings when you go down the line in your career ladders. So we need that leadership to be built, even in tracking. So people are just going for their jobs, not much innovative in their structures. So we want to change that. So we want you guys to be leaders. So it's about you. You'll get the teamwork, you'll get the better decision making, and end of the day, you'll be better leaders who will be leading industry maybe 5 to 6 years down the line. So this is where you guys taking on. From here onwards, I'll pitch into my side of things. This is all about you. And this year, I think, as to Jagat sir, we did some calculations yesterday. This is going to be massive. It's going to be so competitive, and we are wishing not just the competition, but one good thing about the competition is when you have a sort of competition, you get better products out of it. So we are expecting we have high expectations this year because we are focusing on the international markets as well. Right, guys? Cool. Right. So I need a quick answer for this. Take 20 seconds, please. Live. So when I say made in Sri Lanka as a whole, so we'll go ahead. Machan, what is made in Sri Lanka? Mokad denne uluwata. Kiyala ahuwot. What is the stuff that comes to your mind? So can someone type on the chat? Made in Sri Lanka. What are the stuff that comes to your mind? We go to the market and someone asks, "Oh, look, made in Sri Lanka stuff." What stuff comes to your mind? Guys, please use the chat. Who's viewing online can type on there. Can people quickly tell me what comes to your mind when I say made in Sri Lanka? Okay, we got one answer. Tea. Quickly. Okay. Okay, batiks. Nice. Okay, clothes. Traditional SMEs. Okay. Now, I have been practicing magic handcraft. Yes. So I've been practicing magic very lately. So before I asked, no change. So when you ask a question, made in Sri Lanka products or made in Sri Lanka stuff, only thing that comes to mind, we wood carvings, maybe masks, these elephants, maybe statues of Buddha, those sort of stuff, usual suspects. And then from the school times, we have been learning tea, rubber, and coconut. Tepol rubber, it comes to mind. Now, coconut and rubber is not that because of some people doesn't teach these days because the demand is very less. Yeah. Then comes to clay products, you will get a lot of ornaments and handcraft items and those sort of stuff. And if someone is from Ratnapura, Kavat, all those, what comes to their mind is jewelry based on gems that we have. And as in our other people answered, the apparels and batiks, right? So these are the usual suspects. Now, if I ask you this, just to think about that, because today's lesson is expanding because if these products were Sri Lankan caliber, if these products were to represent in the world, there should have been a proper demand for this. If that's the case, our artisans or women should never close down their businesses. There should be massive demand where they even can't cater it. Right? But if you see the industries, everybody is going down because of various reasons, yet the demand comes very less for these. Why? Because the innovation is not there. As a country, for last 30 to 40 years, what I have been doing as an exporter, because our open economy comes in the 70s, as we have been exporting is kind of like a raw product. The value addition part of it is very less, right? Even tea, coconut and rubber, especially, the value additions are really less. And even for jewelries, you get the small stuff. You don't do big stuff. And even buy the raw stocks, do the manufacturing, and we send it out, right? So there's no such innovation or inventions happen in the middle where we will building a corporate brand for Sri Lanka. We call it corporate identities. So we don't have brands to represent Sri Lanka as our corporate identity. So what Sri Lanka is all about, right? NexGen and Pathfinder are going to step in and tell the world Sri Lanka is not just about mask, tea, clay products, jewelries, and batiks. We have these, yet we have some innovators. This is where we want you guys to focus on. So if we want you to change your mindset to bring out the people who can change our markets and how markets behave, right? I'll tell you a few examples down the line. So let's go to our next slide. Now, if you ask from a foreigner what is all about and what Made in Sri Lanka is all about, this is a list that I took from EDB. What are our main export stuff? Yeah. So you have masks, you have Brandex, because those are the main two things that we export right now, mainly. This is from 2020 stats, just for you guys to know. Then we have Dilma Tea. And surprisingly, then we have Virtusa number 4 and LSEG on number 5. These are top IT companies in Sri Lanka. Then again, we have Hydramani and Mesna. These guys were there from long days because they have been exporting apparel and tea, and that has become kind of like Sri Lanka's bread and butter, right? So then again, we have WSO2. I will say a funny statement about Colombo Dockyard. Most of the people think Colombo Dockyard is the port, Waraya Kela. So Dockyard can even a company. So most people doesn't